Um, I'm not a educationalist, but I picked something that I thought was interesting, and the idea is to get some ideas out there and see who wants to develop them. They might be interesting, they might not. So the first thing is school curriculum, rightio. The changes are glacial. Right? Think NCEA, problems, resistance to change, all of those different issues. I'm not going to talk about curriculum per se, the content. I'm going to talk about delivery. So, delivery also, you need to think about the economic model of teaching. Right? That's the whole basis of delivery in New Zealand. So, the second point is that when people think about curriculum, they think about knowledge and skills. You're transferring knowledge and skills. And some of the things that Wendy's been doing, there's this underlying thread of entrepreneurial growth. Right? So how does that relate? Entrepreneurs, you think of intuition, risk-taking, failure, resilience, get up, have another go. Top students don't do failure. Right? You don't get 85% or excellence or whatever it happens to be by chance. So we're not training our top students in entrepreneurialism in any way. They don't think like that. First observation. So then if you think about the majority of 17 and 18-year-olds, my observation would be that most of them actually don't know what they're going to do as a career for the rest of their lives. They stumble onto the next thing, try it out, try another thing, do some tertiary, sometimes that doesn't even work, so they switch again. So, my second observation there is that we need a lot more work experience. Get people out there. This is not work experience at woodwork or work experience at metalwork. This is work experience at IT, business, or whatever. We need a lot more of that. My third point is that the economic model of teaching, I think, needs to change. And it hasn't changed in 100 years. It hasn't changed in 100 years. The reason why I say that is, what happened 100 years ago? A teacher stands up in front of a class, there's 20 or 30 people in the class, do your lesson. What happens today? Same thing. There's all this hardware and computers and IT around, but the productivity of the one teacher and whoever's in the class is the same. Okay? I don't think there's any other industry in New Zealand or the world where the economic model of 100 years ago is still the same. Okay? I think that tells us something. So then you say, why is that? I think there's, there's conservatism, resistance to change and all of that, but parents also go, I want Johnny or Jenny in a class of 20 or 30 because that's good. So they're in a class in year 13 before they go to university in a class of 20 or 30, and the next year they're in a 400-person lecture in law or commerce or whatever. So go figure that, right? What does that mean? So what's the model? The delivery model. We've got some IT people in the room, very smart people. And you don't have to be standing in front of the class of 20 people to deliver a lesson. Right? There's other delivery mechanisms. The teacher doesn't have to be living around the corner, turning up in the classroom. you know, the content can be delivered from America or wherever, right? So, if you then said, my standard of quality of teaching is world standard, not some PATS standard, whatever that happens to be, then what does that open up the opportunity to do? Right? How do we do that? Now, what's the biggest barrier to that? The biggest barrier is the fact that teachers and the people that control the system aren't trained in that type of IT. So if you said, my bet would be probably 75% of teachers haven't posted a video to YouTube. I'm just guessing, right? But if you've got a 10-year-old, they probably know how to Skype chat, WeChat, SMS, everything. So the limitation is not the audience, right? It's not the kids. The limitation is in the infrastructure controlled by the powers that be. So if you think about that for a moment, you see, okay, well, we can change, then in my view, the audience is quite capable of adopting the change and absorbing it. It's going to take quite a lot of investment, and it's going to take quite a lot of vision. Because the first person that tries to do it is going to go, where do I go? How do I do it?
Thank you.